weakling! Yora! Useless.
Fuck you, Sega. I don't want another Sonic game.
Oh shit. So, you'll notice that the, player kind of thing in the bottom there, I hope that goes away soon. If not, I'm incredibly sorry. I'll fix it with borders. But, what happened is I recorded this with my, PVR, and then I put it in Sony Vegas, and Sony Vegas did not register the video. It was saying it was faulty.
Because it was just like, this is Devil May Cry 2, dude.
So, I'm really sorry about that. I promise I'll fix that when
this is Hideaki Itsune's Black Sheep. This is like the reason.
So, what happened is that since Sony Vegas did not record it, properly, that means I would have to go and replay it. I said, fuck that, I have fraps. So, I put it in my Windows Media Player, and I recorded it from that. Because I refuse to go back and play this level, and you'll see why.
I already see why. It's underwater.
So, I know when I upload this, if anybody watches it, you're not gonna see what we're talking about, because I will fucking fix it. But, yeah.
How about, can you use your magical editing devil witch magic to, fix the gameplay? Like, can you, can we be, watching Chrono Trigger the entire time?
I could do that, but then it's not really suffering, is it?
You're a sadistic man, Rando.
She's got a claymore. That's not a claymore. I'm beginning to think...
Claymore. I think I had that once.
So here's what I'm thinking happened.
Damn hookers.
Is that, Hideki Itsuno? Is that his name?
Hideaki Itsuno. Yeah.
Hideaki Itsuno. Okay. Somebody had already made all the shit for it, and they picked him up to direct it, and he was thinking, the fuck am I supposed to do with this? So he couldn't fix it, so he just said fuck it, and he got drunk constantly, and just went with it. That is now the only explanation I can think of.
I think he was too busy banging all the Devil May Cry groupies he got from the first one. And they're like, Mr. Itsuno, we really need you help with, the storyboards for these level designs. Don't you see I'm busy now? Get the fuck out of here! Because he's a cross between Funaki and David Lopan.
Obsessed with Lopan today, huh?
Yes, I watched Big Trouble in Little China, and then got recommended by friends on YouTube to watch all these great other David Lopan videos. Apparently that guy's the coolest guy on earth.
So what was Kurt Russell's name in that movie? Jack something or other, right?
You had to ask. Save me, Wikipedia!
I know it's like Jack something or other.
Yeah. Those motherfuckers who look like Raiden.
Yeah, dude, that was my favorite character.
Jack Burton.
Jack Burton. In times like this, I think what old Jack Burton would do. Who's Jack Burton? Me. I love that. I don't know why. It's basically like, what would I do in this situation? Be fucking awesome.
Yeah. Just remember, I'm being played by Kurt Russell.
Who at the time was like, he did, Escape from LA in New York, and...
He was the fucking Clint Eastwood of that decade. He kicked serious fucking ass. He would have been a great Wolverine.
Yeah.
You know what? He would still be a great Wolverine. Fuck Hugh Jackman.
Fuck this. God, I fucking hate underwater levels.
John Green would have been a great, I found this out that later, after Chris Claremont, Chris Claremont, didn't like Wolverine when he was writing him back in the 70s and 80s. He was gonna kill the character off before, I can't remember who it was who convinced him, no, there's tons of potential, for this character, and they said, he's like a Dirty Harry for the X-Men. And he really liked that idea, having a Clint Eastwoody kind of badass outlaw cop character for the X-Men. And that's how Wolverine got so great.
So the guy who hated him fucking made him the best way he is.
Yeah.
And I would like to point out shooting...
So it's just we could have, if an X-Men movie got made in the 80s or 90s, we could have had Clint Eastwood play Wolverine.
That would be awesome. I'd like to point out killing these Sargasso skulls. If you are not right up on them, you literally cannot hit them.
Oh my god, Rando. We're underwater. Sargasso, the skull of deceit.
God, no! 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 But look at this.
A life of tedium, annoyance.
At this distance, you cannot hit him for some reason.
Wandering through water levels. Fire blasting skull, soon you will perish.
I will wait, and then attack!
At the right moment.
Look at that!
Attack!
At that distance, I can't shoot it. I have to literally...
the one time they decide to have realistic physics is when it's in the shittiest idea ever?
Yes!
Damn you, Itsuno.
What the fuck were you I'm convinced he was high.
He was doing cocaine off a hooker's tits.
He had to have been right before, during the entire, I think he made this all in one day.
He showed up and just a coke strung out, screaming from a raging case of the clap, and went, why the fuck are those bullets going so far? They don't go that far underwater. Why is that water level? Fuck it, print it.
It's horrible, it's disgusting, and I fucking love it. Cut it, print it.
I lay down with hookers now.
Look how fucking slow this underwater melee is. Look.
Oh god.
And she does 2 strikes every fucking time, even underwater. And on a time sensitive thing, if you don't get to these things fast enough, the skulls respawn, and then it doesn't trigger. You have to hit them all while they're all active. And because of the fucking auto lock on, I swam away.
God. Oh. Jesus.
So, if you're wondering why I re-recorded this and such, it's because of this. I did not want to replay this.
What cruel destiny awaits you where the only everything records fine until the water level.
Exactly.
It's just I have this great new Sonic hack. It's Sonic the Hedgehog 1, except all levels are Labyrinth Zone.
Oh, fuck Labyrinth Zone. Even in Sonic 4, it was my bane.
Yeah, I really love that Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time game. You know what I'd really like? If the entire game were in the Water Temple.
I'm sorry, until you play the original TMNT NES game and you do the dam level of defusing bombs, you can't bitch about underwater levels.
I have.
Yeah. I'm saying though, not necessarily you, but...
You talking to me?
But anybody who wants to say that water levels suck, if you haven't played that, you don't know what sucking is.
I that game is largely the reason I stopped loving the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Nintendo.
And what's dumb is you go from that to TMNT 2, and it's one of the best fucking beat 'em ups ever. It's so basic.
Yeah, well, it was a port of the arcade game. I mean,
exactly. And I'm saying that was fucking awesome. And then,
especially when you consider how advanced the arcade cabinet at the time was, and that they managed to squeeze that son of a bitch onto a Nintendo.
And not only that, extra levels in the Nintendo cartridge too.
Yeah,
and since the game couldn't support Bebop and Rocksteady at the same time in the parking garage, we got the fly version of Baxter Stockman.
Yeah, I sure do love Baxter Stockman.
I mean, yeah, the rat traps are fucking awful, but...
Oh, the Mousers?
The Mousers, there you go. I can't remember what they're called. Yeah, fuck those things. But still, Baxter Stockman was cool.
So, what do you think about the upcoming TMT game?
I don't know. I hope it's a fun beat 'em up, but if it's anything like Reshelled, it's just gonna be okay.
No, that game wasn't okay. That game was a disgrace.
I haven't played it. I've heard very mixed reviews about it. I know Stuttering Craig hates it And everybody else thought it was just okay.
It's useless. It is a remake.
It's
That is all it is. They improved the graphics, quote unquote, by, you know,
I hear the sound's even more fucked up though. Like
the sound is horrible!
The only good stage is still the pirate stage.
And I didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah. You know, it's like, you know, cause I was a Sega kid, I didn't have Turtles in Time. I had
Hyperstone Heist.
I had Hyperstone Heist. So, Hyperstone Heist is actually my favorite.
I hear it's pretty much just like Turtles in Time, it's just a slightly different story.
Slightly different story, level designs are a bit different. Not quite like, I mean, like, the SNES version is like almost arcade port.
Uh-huh.
You know?
And it's funny because Turtles in Time makes everybody think the third movie is called Turtles in Time.
It's the same concept, at least. I don't mind people who want to call the third one.
I know, but the Ninja Turtles 3 was so awful.
No, it wasn't. I mean, seriously, go back, watch it. I mean, like, what the hell are people expecting?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm weird. I actually like the second one best. I had the most fun watching it.
First one's still my favorite. Honestly, the second one's the odd duck in the family to me.
Really?
Yeah, it changed all the cast members. You know, Corey Feldman's not the voice of Donatello anymore.
I thought he was for some reason.
Not in the second one. No, he came back for the third. Like the third one, they got the original cast back. They got.
I don't know. The only thing I can think of is the fucking flapping lips. It reminds me of the fucking monkeys from was it Ape Planet or Planet? No, not Planet.
Planet of the Apes.
It's like whichever one had the really bad mouth movements.
Time of the Apes.
Time of the Apes. There you go. There you go.
Oh, that terrible Japanese ripoff. That it was. It had terrible masks, and then it was dubbed into English. So,
how do you make an underwater level worse? Have an underwater boss
that
can turn invisible.
God hates Hideaki Itsuno. He made a pact with the devil. That's it.
He had to make one bad game at least.
Like, that was like I will grant you the ability to create the greatest action game of all time, but first, you must produce Devil May Cry 2.
Is it gonna be fast paced with good combos?
No.
It's gonna be dumbed down with a false female protagonist who has an underwater level. Well, what's the combat gonna be like?
You truly are the author of all lies.
Is it going to be underwater combat? It's going to be a shooting gallery. And I mean, I know DMC1 had underwater levels and they put it in the first person perspective and they were really short. But this is a whole fucking mission and a half underwater.
A mission and a half?
Yeah, the next mission's half underwater.
Oh, what? No.
Yeah. So, it didn't fuck up that one that I would have in my mind replaying because, it's only half underwater. That fucks up the entire underwater mission.
This is bullshit.
Fucking bullshit!
Oh, sheiky. Benoit! Fuck.
Yeah, underwater bosses, man. Fucking love it. And what's this creature's name again? Tatio Besu. Tatio Besu.
They couldn't even go with Kujaragami or some shit, whale god. Admittedly, he looks more like, Paracuda.
And the name of
what the hell is the name of the fish that has the little fluorescent light on its head?
Anglerfish.
Yeah! They couldn't call that, Anglerzilla.
That would have been awesome. But no, once again, a horrible boss design, a horrible fucking level.
I've got it. Giant Barracuda Man.
You're just striving to come up with a giant something man, aren't you? Just face it, man.
Those are far more innovative names than what we've gotten.
Dude, the naming of these creatures is so goddamn bad. It's like... It's like the mission designs and level designs, everything about this game is bad. And even the creature naming is bad.
Dude, how did he do it? How did he do it? This is like the biggest shocking reveal
of my entire gamer life.
Yeah, like, Sufferthrough, cut through the lies.
I mean, God.
Is the game freeze?
No, it's just me shooting.
Oh my god.
She has like no animation when she shoots. She literally just holds the gun out and it just fires arrows.
Come on, at least, even Guts in the first Berserk game cranked the arrow thing.
Dude, I'm still disappointed we have yet to get a port of the PS2 game. I'm never gonna stop bitching about that.
Yeah, how the fuck, cause translating those games is hard.
But we got a fucking fans translate of Front Mission 5!
Yeah, and that's my point. How did we get that?
I don't know, and what pisses me off more is I never got to play it when it came out. Instead, what we get, Front Mission Evolved. It turned fucking Front Mission to a third-person shooter.
Well, I just found a way to clear some space on my hard drive.
What's that?
I have Front Mission on my hard drive, but I haven't played it because I don't have any room on my hard drive. But
if it's Front Mission Evolved?
Yes, it is.
No, fuck that game. You put it up.
Okay.
You get a PS1 emulator or a PS2 emulator and you get Front Mission 3 or 4.
Yeah. I have a patched version of the translation of 5.
Okay, good. Play that. That game is fucking awesome. It's a tactical-based RPG that lets you customize your mech.
Yeah.
And
I'll just take that back. Just take Front Mission Evolved, just take that back.
Yeah, just
pretend it never happened.
Yeah, you don't want fucking play it. I just want to know how. I hate when they turn RPGs or any other franchise into a shooter, like they were going to do with XCOM.
At least they didn't call it Front Mission 6. Like this is supposed to be the successor. You can always argue that it's not canon or something. Like it's just an offshoot game.
Right, you can, but.
But should you is the real question.
Yes. Fucking jellyfish that are called erupt gels.
Ew.
She's getting gelled all over. Ugh, fuck, that camera.
Just erupted gel on my face. Don't get that into my hair. We're still underwater.
Right now we're not. We're out of the water.
Ah! Oh god! Oh my god! Land!
Faster paced combat! Faster paced combat!
Merciful, boring, repetitious Devil May Cry 2 gameplay! How I've missed you! You're going towards the water again!
Yep.
Oh,
Bonsai!
Dear God.
But we're almost out of the water. We're fuck the woods. We're almost out of the water.
No! I'd rather play Jaws on the NES.
No, you wouldn't.
Do you dare challenge me?
Do you dare play Jaws on the NES?
I have dared.
I've played it too.
I'll fucking play it with a big old smile on my face. I'll go, my god, this game is crap. And then I'll just think to myself, I'm not playing Devil May Cry 2 though. And a smile will come across my face as I collect seashells.
We really need to play a good game after this. I'm glad we're playing DMC3. Oh my god. Oh. I mean, we've done,
We'll play Hideaki Itsuno's other good game.
So, I'd still, oh man, my gamer world has been shattered by this revelation.
Devil May Cry 3, Hideaki Itsuno's Revenge.
Dude, I'm gonna assume he didn't have as much to do with this one as he did the others. Or maybe he had less to do with the others than he did with this one. I don't know, which is true.
We might not ever know, too, is the thing.
Is he a good director, or is he a bad director that knows how to get a good team together?
Yeah. Or is he just a total sham? Does he spend the entire time in the back room snorting coke off a hooker's tits?
Maybe everybody thought he was a great director, whatever, and let him direct this one, and then they realized, holy shit. So in the next one, they're like, yeah, just go back there and bang hookers. We got this.
Yeah. Is he the Rob Liefeld of video games?
Dude, I looked up some of his art after we talked about him, and oh my god. I was watching Two Best Friends play, and Matt was like, at least it's not Youngblood. And I was like, what the hell is Youngblood? And Matt started naming off all these these characters. I'm like, what?
Bedrock, who became Badrock.
And then you talked to me about Rob Liefeld, and I looked it up, and like, he did Youngbloods. So this is what Matt was talking about. And then I looked at some of the characters, and I'm like, holy shit, these are awful.
I love how that blog piece, like the 40 worst Rob Liefeld drawings, is like the number 2 or number 3 whenever you just like Google Rob Liefeld's name.
Yeah.
And he still gets paid. Like, he still does work. It's not like he just like, you know, was a one-hit wonder in the 90s and then just like went off into obscurity. People still pay him to do artwork for comic books.
Why?
'Cause they're dumb. Because consumers are dumb. Or like, oh, I loved Youngblood for whatever reason because I was a very sad and lonely, like, other fanboys beat up Youngblood fans.
Well, every time I think now if I, you know, playing this, I'm like, Dante, I don't know, I don't think Devil May Cry has a comic, but if he did, what if it was written or drawn by Rob Liefeld?
He would look like War from Darksiders. I'm dead serious.
I mean, I know, like...
Giant, huge chest, tiny little fucking head. At least War has big feet.
Yeah, he's not like, you know, big everything idiot. He's got fucking, you know... I don't know.
At least he wears a size 76 shoe. I mean...
And his head's still a big-ass head, it's just not as big as his body.
It's just so stupid looking. I like...
For such one of my favorite new games, franchises ever in this generation, I love War, but he does look kind of dumb.
He has a great voice.
Oh yeah.
He has a great voice. I like pretty much everything undone, like that about War's design that I don't like. My favorite part is the fact that he has that bright red cape.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you have like, you know, I know I spent our last recording bitching and complaining about, you know, the brown and gray obsessed color palettes of video games these days, but at least Darksiders is based in a post-apocalyptic world, so shit's supposed to be all burnt up and destroyed.
But and even then he has green, lush areas that he goes to.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get out of the city interiors and stuff, it gets really colorful.
I appreciate how his bright red cape is constantly in contrast to every environment he's in.
Yeah, and all his, like, when he turns into his war form, he's big, bright, and red and fiery.
Yeah.
So he's a great contrast to his environment.
And people don't really, people really don't actually appreciate how important that is. Like, there's quite a few games where I've been playing and then just, like, forgot what character I was playing because there were so many on screen. And it's not that they all looked the same, it's just my character didn't stand out the same.
Yeah. Like, at least in Darksiders, even with Death, you know, you're fighting very odd-colored enemies, you know, and you can always spot your character even in the massive herd.
Death, a.k.a. Raziel disguised as Casey Jones.
Turns out, at the end of the game, he takes off his mask, and when he does, it's just fucking Raziel.
Yeah. I'm back, bitches. Look forward to Nosgoth, and it's gonna suck.
Dear God. Talk about it. I know they finished off the Soul Reaver canon-wise, you know.
Yeah.
Let's just reboot it. Start a new story.
And bring back Raziel. Like, I didn't like the ending of the Soul Reaver.
How he turned into the Soul Reaver?
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like Kane. I
didn't like Kane so much.
I didn't. It's not that I didn't like him, but he's a great villain, but not a good protagonist.
He should be an anti-hero at best.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he kind of was, but I mean, like, in, Blood Omen 2, he's a dick. Like,
when Uma's bleeding to death?
Yes. I mean,
Kane, I'm wounded! Yes, you are.
He gave
I'm
no
dying.
shits.
Yes, you probably will.
He's such a dick, and it was awesome to play like a bad guy as a good guy, you know? And not to mention that game was awesome, punching people's hearts out and shit, but
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Raziel was a better protagonist in terms of hero. Because, you know, he was shamed and everything by Cain, and it made you think, he's gonna fucking kill Cain.
They should have done it the other way.
Cain was supposed to be the pillar of justice or whatever, you know.
The prophecy should have been wrong.
Yeah.
The prophecy should have been wrong. The prophecy, should have been...
What if Cain was he was the pillar of justice or whatever they want to call it, but when he gave birth to Raziel, more or less, he passed that on to Raziel.
Well, what if being the pillar of justice actually meant being the weapon?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's several ways they could have made Raziel the final hero.
Yeah.
And I like how the Elder, throughout all of it, was the bad guy.
Yeah, I know. And there's, fucking voiced by Tony J, too. I always have to point that out.
Yeah. I like how everybody in this game, in games in general, can, have a clothing on him and they rip it off. They have their original clothing underneath it.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I want to see one, where they do that and they're just sitting there in their underwear. Just it was me. It was me all along. It's just them chilling in their boxer shorts.